What up? So I wanted to hop on and say hello and talk about Teeny Church. So we're going to do a quick recap. My name is Jamie Sellers. I am the founder of Teeny Church. Teeny Church is a ministry that God gave me 2 years ago, a vision where we are reaching teenagers. So God pretty much pulled up to me about 2 years ago and said, I want you to tell kids about me. Children hate me. I want you to tell kids about me, and I want you to be in Fayetteville, North Carolina, in the 28314 zip code. Those are the kids I want you to focus on. So I'm like, all right, bet. This was 2 years ago. So I've been working with God on a strategy on how to reach children. And Teeny Church is pretty much a church that's just for teenagers. So I'm going to kind of give you guys a recap. So I'm the founder. I let the kids call me PJ. I'm Pastor Jamie, but I'm proud to carry the title, but I really just carry the title because of the authority that's backed in it. But like, I'm mad chill. So like with my pastor's friends, we just call each other our names. Like, it's not that deep. So if you see me out and about, please do not call me pastor. Just be like, what up, Jamie? That's it. But anyway, so let's do a recap. I want to do a recap of everything that Teeny Church has going on and what we have to offer. I'm just so excited in the ministry. So we have 4 church sites. We have 4. We have the one in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We finally got our building for that one. So we have our location for the Ville. We have 2 in Ghana. And then we have 1 in Enugu State, Nigeria. So we have 4 church plants, and we currently serve 1,200 children under the Teeny Church network. I have, hold on, let me see, because I get them all mixed up. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, we have 4 pastors in the Teeny Church network. So I have my regional pastor, Pastor Sai. He covers Accra, Ghana, and he hosts Teeny Church at our site in Accra. Sorry, I'm not getting these. I don't have anything written down. This is straight from the brain. So I have my regional pastor, Pastor Sa. He covers the Accra, Ghana location. And with his role, he does the Teeny Church curriculums. He has the largest plant site. And what he does is he does outreach, and he reaches out to children in communities and universities in the area. I have my other site with Reverend Blay. He has his Teeny Church set up. He's a campus site pastor at his school where it's 350 children, and they have that set up as an approved subject. And we're in the works of setting it up again at another location. And then I have my Teeny Church in Enugu State, Nigeria. In Nigeria, it was our first church site, our first international church site. Technically, Enugu State, Nigeria was our first Teeny Church baby. So how I got that one. So in my neighborhood, my neighbor, I connected with my neighbor, and he owns a school in Nigeria, and he was looking for a pastor because he wants to set up chapel. So we kind of worked together and collaborated to install the Teeny Church chapel in his school. God Sees You, which is one of the book I wrote for my kids in Nigeria. This was birthed from them. So I wasn't really planning on writing books. I just designed one for them because where they're at in their village, there's no internet connection. So it's kind of like I set up the chapel where they can have chapel without internet. So those are our 4 sites that we are working on. Since I've embarked on this and developed this, we get calls all the time. My pastor, who's over Teeny Church in Ghana, he gets calls all the time to speak at schools, and opportunities are just opening up. We have universities that are interested in setting up Teeny Church in their university, in their school. So we are literally like every day when I talk to him, we are literally like, okay, what they need, what we got to do, how we need to pray on this. So it's a beautiful thing. So I want to kind of tell you a little bit about the ministry and what we have going on. I am praying today. I'm praying for people who struggle with anxiety and panic attacks because my ministry exploded. It grew to a place that I had a hard time keeping up with. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that. I'm going to do a prayer today, and I'm going to kind of give an update of like everything we have going on. So God is so good. So what we're doing. So with Teeny Church, the model that we are working in, that I have designed with God. I worked on Teeny Church for 2 years. So for 2 years, I didn't have no kids. I didn't have no pastors. God kept talking to me about spiritual governance. And he was like, this is how I want you to build the infrastructure on this. These are the things that you have to have in order. And for 2 years, I partnered with God and started to design the ministry infrastructure, the bones of the ministry. And that's why it just took off, because we built that, me and God. So it's like a long story, but got invited to PT and Sarah Jakes. I call it the pastor service, where they celebrate you as being the new pastor. And when I was there, God was telling me, this is how I want you to build. Like, you have to have these things in place for me to move. I can't really step into your ministry like I want to until these different things are in place. And it's just been taken off. It's been taken off. When I tell you it's taken off to a place I can't even keep up with. Yeah, it's a lot to go over. So I try to keep up what I'm doing. So I want to just kind of talk about the ministry. So one of my passions is bringing God to undeserved communities. That's my passion, and I'm very, very excited about it. The mark of Teeny Church is not just pulling up, talking about God. We want to be a resource for you. I love talking about God, but I don't like talking about God and being empty-handed. So where the Teeny Church locations are at in Nigeria and in Ghana. What Teeny Church is doing is providing resources for the schools. So supporting their library, creating their computer lab and their science lab. Those are 3 areas that the school needs. So I told them, I said, we're going to talk with God. We're going to support your church. We're going to support Teeny Church, of course. We got you covered at Teeny Church, but I want God to meet your needs that you have in this school. So I came back to the States. I did a vision meeting with, God gave me a list. Like, when I tell you I don't know what I'm doing, I just go to the Lord and he tell me. God gave me a list and said, these are the people I want you to call. This is what God told me. I'm learning this is all on the job training. God said, you're about to separate the who's from who. He said, I'm going to give you a list of people to call. He said, whoever shows up in this meeting, whoever commits to come into this meeting. The meeting was last month. It was the first Saturday of February. He said, whoever shows up in this meeting, those are the people I want you to focus on. I said, okay, cool. So I paid attention. I didn't remind nobody of the meeting. I said, let me see who's going to pull up. Because, when you're in this role, you have so many people that say, oh, I'm going to help you, or I'm going to do this, or they'll hit you up, or, so it's like, who do I invest in, who I spend time with, who I talk with? God gave me a list. I think it was about 20 people, and out of the 20, 13 or 14 pulled up. So, because I have a lot of pastors that hit me up all the time. So out of those 14, those are the people God told me to focus on. Out of those 14, I want to say, this is just a random number. I'm not really sure, but I think maybe 5 or 6 gave me their yes for the church. So God said, I'm sorting out like who you need to pay attention to, who you need to focus on. The people who said yes to the meeting, those are the people that's going to be a spiritual anchor in your ministry. So I said, okay, cool. So I focus on them. So in my meeting, I just did a prayer and said, whatever God tells you to do, I don't ask for money. I don't. I believe in pulling up my own money, and I believe that if God gave me the vision and if God is giving me the ideas, he's going to back it. So I don't ask for money. But what I do is I pray with people and say, whatever God tells you, whatever flashes, whatever comes to your heart that you should contribute to the Teeny Church after I pray, whatever God shares with you and what you should do, I'm going to honor it. And that's how we got the building. So my homie called me and said, girl, come get the keys, come get the building. My other homie called me and said, I got the library for you. Those 2 donations, I was not expecting that. So the library donation, actually, I was focused on supplying a library for one school. That library donation is actually going to cover all 4 schools. So we have the library, we have the building, and I'm partnering with God for the provision for everything else. So God is good. So we have our library. I'm still doing my book drive, which is the Brookie Project. So if you have books or curriculums or things that you're not using no more, feel free to hit me up. I will come pick it up. I will pay to ship it to me. Let me know if you have a school that you're no longer using, or church materials, whatever it is, bookshelves, books, old computers, outdated tablets, hit me up. I am collecting as many items because we're shipping them to the schools, and we're going to do a missions. It's like a whole thing we're doing in this year. So we're going to be building those libraries with Teeny Church. They're called the Clouds Library. I'm also in the process of building a writing team. So the ministry has taken off so fast. I'm working on building and designing and writing curriculums. So I have some written, but I don't have the time to sit down and edit manuscripts. I mean, I do, but I want a writing team of interns, those who want to sow their writing gifts to the ministry. If you're an editor, if you are good with graphics and designing, hit me up, because we are not only collecting books, but we're also publishing books. So let me tell you what I'm doing, because I told the Lord this. I said, I'm the right person for this role, and I'm the wrong person for this role. Let me tell you why I'm the wrong person for the role. Let me tell you why. The reason why I'm the right person, I'm the wrong person, is because what I'm doing is I'm shattering that glass ceiling of any type of barrier or opposition that will prevent anyone from experiencing God and or building ministry. So one of the assignments that I'm doing, all of my pastors who are under the Teeny Church umbrella, who are serving children in TC, whether if it's in Ghana, whether if it's in Nigeria, whether if you're going to be somebody who's my homeboy that I'm going to put you on in the Ville, what I'm doing is I'm putting God told me to put everybody on the same level as far as with their branding, with their websites, with their materials. So what I'm doing for my pastors, I'm building all of their websites, and I'm writing, they have books they have already written. We're publishing their books under the Clouds Library. So your girl has been busy. And with all of these beautiful things going on, we have Bishop Kibbe on board. I forgot to mention that. Let me tell you something. I was literally on the phone with my homeboy, and I was like, God is doing such great things for me. Sometimes I just wish I had a bishop I could call and get some advice. I feel like I am walking in territory I've never been before. And I want to say the next day I get a phone call. Bishop Kibbe said, your prayers have been answered. Put me on the board. So Bishop Kibbe is a major, that's a milestone. That's a weighty contribution to the ministry. I'm excited because we have the covering. We've always had the covering, but we have someone that can not just only help me, but they can help my pastors in the different church sites, because we're going to continue to build more church sites. I have appointments when I go back out to meet with people to build more church sites in different cities. I have communication with pastors and people who are building different communities that want to install this model. So I'm excited. It's going to be so cute. Your girl is busy building, and I'm going to tell you something right now. Y'all should never mess with, the devil should never mess with me, because TC is going to pull up. I'm looking at hospice. I'm looking at nursing homes. I'm looking at alternative schools where kids get kicked out and they're suspended. I'm looking at foster homes. I'm looking at juvie. I'm looking at children's hospital. I've reached out to some chaplains. How can we minister to children in the hospital? How can we minister to teenagers and children who have cancer? I'm reaching out to everybody to set this up. There's no limit. The reason why I'm hype about the building, I'm very happy about the building. My homeboy was like, why you ain't been calling me? I was like, I don't know why I didn't. I've been isolated for 5 years, so I'm really coming outside talking to everybody now. But it's I'm happy about the building, because the building, there's no limit. There's no restriction. I don't have to water down my messaging. I don't have to be like, well, I can't say that, or I can't play that because, I don't want the bishop to go. There's no restriction. When I was trying to set it up as a club, I had to kind of rebrand stuff and take stuff out just to try to get it in the school system. I don't have to do that with Sunday school. I don't have to deal with the building. There's no limit on it. So that's what I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy. So your girl is busy building. I'm very happy. So I just wanted to kind of tell you guys what I have going on in the ministry. So just a recap. This is what we have going on. Every Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have Praying Mamas. You can hop on a call where they pray for about 15 minutes just over the community, over teenagers. You can get on the website and pray. You can get on the website and play previous prayers, and you can submit your prayer requests, and the prayers are in 7 different languages, I believe. So we have the Praying Mamas. We have Cloud Sessions. Cloud Sessions is one-on-one pastoral care for pastoral counseling. So we have recovery plans. We have recovery plans for different things in your life: grief, heartbreak. If you're going through a medical journey, you need that pastoral support. We have that available. My team and I, because God has opened up doors in the mental health and emotional well-being industry. My team and I will host those. Will help you through your emotional wellness. We have Sunday school. We have a building where we link with kids every Sunday in Fayetteville that's going to launch Easter Sunday. We have our missions. So if you're somebody that's into missions and you like to travel and you want to help children, I have mission projects available where we go out to Ghana. Africa is our focus point right now because it's the first door that was opened up internationally. So we are doing things for the children in different school systems in Africa, in Ghana, in Nigeria, and which other country that God opens up for us. So we have that going on. I need a writing team. I'm working on a writing team so we can finish building and writing our curriculums. So if you're looking to write, edit, help design books, I need a writing team. What else we got? We got our podcast coming. And I did the podcast because I was like, I'm going to do the podcast since we don't have no building. The building pulled up, but I'm still going to launch the podcast. We got a podcast coming. You can check out all the stuff we have going on teenychurch.org. We're in the process of talking about Teeny Fest in Ghana. We put it on the festival for teenagers there. Me and some of my homies who are pastors in the Ville, we are talking about, it's just a talk. I'm just going to put it out there. We're talking about like creating some kind of pastor network, some type of club, some type of vibe that we do maybe once a month where we all connect, talk about what our ministries have going on and see how we all can support each other. So we have that. And then if you're looking to serve, if you feel that you have the call, if you want to work in ministry, if you feel like you're supposed to be a pastor, if you want to learn about being a pastor, pastor, prophet, evangelist, all those cool things, hit me up. I am connected. I'm one person that's connected to like 20 different pastors. So whatever way you're trying to go, I can help you or direct you to the right place. Did a training. I'm in so many trainings. I did a training Saturday, a ministry of school training that my mentor is offering. So you don't have to build this from the bottom. Everybody shouldn't have to start from the same starting point. If you're looking to grow and build a ministry, hit me up because I'm going to need pastors. I can't do all this by myself. We have 4 church sites and I have my site in the Ville. So I'll be looking for pastors because Fayetteville is going to be the headquarters, but we're going to be building additional church sites. So if you're interested, hit me up. We'll pray together. We'll see what direction God wants us to go and let's build it, So I'm excited about what's going on with the ministry. You can check out the website. If you feel like this is your vibe, hit us up. Feel free to donate anyway, whatever God tells you. We are doing a missions project. Do not be trippy. So let me tell y'all this tea. I'm a wild faith girly, okay? I'm a wild faith girly. Let me say that right now. So let me get my thoughts together. I'm working on a missions trip. I'm working on 2 missions trips. The goal is to do 2, but I'm working on a missions trip to go to Ghana. Okay, I'm working on it. I want to take a team out there. I don't want to just be out there myself. I want to take my team out there where we can build and stuff like that. So I have a dollar amount in mind that the trip is going to cost to support the school. So God pulled up and God told me to prepare to receive a certain dollar amount in a donation. So he said, this person is going to donate this amount of money. So I'm like, really? So he said, go ahead and put the website up and get everything set up because you're going to get a major donation, a monetary donation. I said, I am. Okay. So when God gave me the number, I just had this thought like, I just had this thought, like, I'm gonna put more out there. Like, I'm not. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I don't live a limited life. I don't live my life based on what has happened to me. I don't live my life based on who like me, who don't, who reject me, who don't want nothing to do with me. I live my life based on what God has called me to be. Whether if I get nervous, I get scared, even if everything on the inside of me doesn't believe or have proof of what God is saying, I back my entire life in being behind what God said. It's the only thing that doesn't fail in my life. I may fail, I may mess up, I may do things the wrong way, but God has never failed me. So when God gave me this number, I had this thought: the number that's gonna be donated, I'm gonna double it. I'm gonna put it to the test. I'm gonna double what you said. You go on that site and you see that $100,000 like as the target goal. That is the target goal. But I put that up there because I believe you have to set a measure of how you want God to pull up. And the 100,000 is really not for me. If you saw the conditions of the schools, it really should be like $1 million project. If we being honest, we gonna take this. We gonna believe God for 100 and take, and let God breathe on it, because walking and touring the schools, walking and touring the areas, you really want to just build a new school. So, but that amount is to build their libraries. The schools in those areas don't have books. They don't have computers. They don't have science labs. One of the computer labs, their computer lab was literally learning the computer on a chalkboard with the keyboards written out on the chalkboard. So I put that amount because I'm backing what God told me in faith. So, I'm just putting it out there. You never know. You never know who might be pull up. Shoot, Chris Brown might donate. Go ahead, Breezy. So I'm just making room for God to move, and I'm making room in every area. So I just want to do a video. I am going to do a prayer for those who are struggling, because it's an attack straight from the pit of hell. And you shouldn't have no shame or no stigma with it. It's really just an attack from the enemy. So we're gonna pray.